is going on, guys? JD from New York here, back with some more Money in the Bank 2016 news and rumors, getting you all ready for Money in the Bank this Sunday on the WWE Network, live from Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. We all know Money in the Bank is going to be a big pay-per-view. WWE wants to make sure that you know it's the biggest Money in the Bank pay-per-view of all time. And they're going to ram that down our throats each and every opportunity that they get. And I'm sure you're going to hear it about fucking 68 more times on the pre-show. And one of the biggest matches, if you've been living under a rock, you know, you might not know this, but John Cena versus AJ Styles, probably going to be the match that's going to steal the show. Probably going to be the one match that has everyone talking at the end of this show. Because there's going to be things that we see in this match. There's going to be outcomes that right now are being talked about that could potentially happen. Or WWE could pretty much say this and put John Cena over after 7 months of him being away and give him a win and get him back on the winning track. But what good would that do? That would do nothing. That would do absolutely nothing for WWE programming. Instead of giving AJ Styles a big win on pay-per-view, which he hasn't had yet. He hasn't had a big win on pay-per-view yet. Not at a major pay-per-view anyway. WrestleMania, he lost. He lost to Roman Reigns at both previous pay-per-views. And now he's going into Money in the Bank against John Cena. People are already dooming the fucking outcome of this match. They're already predicting AJ Styles' demise. Oh, he's not going to get over John Cena. John Cena himself even said, you couldn't get past Roman Reigns. What makes you think you're going to get past John Cena? Even WWE's making fun and poking fun at that. But in the end, it's AJ Styles who needs to win. Seriously. After 2 failures of a main event spot with Roman Reigns, in which he got utterly embarrassed, and I don't give a shit what anybody says, he was embarrassed. The club was embarrassed. There's no way AJ Styles should have looked that bad coming out of that last match at Extreme Rules with Roman Reigns. Some people might agree with me. Some people might not agree with me. You know, you got the fucking goons coming at me. Oh, JD, did you watch the rest of the match, man? Both men traded big blows. I don't give a shit what happened during the match. I don't. The fucking last 60 seconds of that match tells the entire tale. AJ was fucked. Chair shots that will level a fucking building, right? You got 2 Styles clashes, one of them on a steel chair, and he kicks out. Yeah, so much for protecting the Styles clash, WWE. Yeah, but Roman Reigns, all he's got to do is get up, he's got a protective vest on, he spears AJ, and it's all over. Yeah, great. Yeah, like we're really supposed to believe that. Now, AJ Styles is going into Money in the Bank, and he's facing someone who is probably more indestructible than Roman Reigns. So I don't know what's going to go on here, but everybody seems to be talking about what the possible outcome is going to be. WWE is doing everything that they can to make sure its fans are sold on Sunday's Money in the Bank pay-per-view from Las Vegas. 3 matches are receiving top billing, with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles versus John Cena, and then obviously the Money in the Bank ladder match, which is one of the most exciting matches of the year and pretty much sells itself. But between the build-ups of all 3 programs, Cena and Styles have arguably been the best and most compelling feud on WWE television. Cena and Styles have blurred the lines between perception and reality, with the announcers billing their encounter as 15 years in the making. Now, if you guys watched my Money in the Bank preview and predictions video that I posted earlier today on Off The Script, 15 years in the making, according to Dave Meltzer, absolutely makes 0 sense. 10 years might have been a little bit more understandable, but 15 years ago, Dave Meltzer states that both AJ and John Cena weren't even a blimp on WWE's radar. Now, he said that might be a stretch. It's certainly a face-off that fantasy bookers and everybody else in between have wanted with both guys, and they've been main eventing separate promotions, and everybody talked about, oh, what if John Cena and AJ Styles came together in a WWE ring? What a great match that would be. We're finally getting that match. Aside from the captivating build-up to their match, the majority of the intrigue surrounding Cena and Styles revolves around the outcome. Like I said, Styles needs this. Like a fucking homeless bum on the corner of fucking 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. A fucking bum needs his alcohol. Seriously. AJ needs this win. Cena does not. If Cena loses, it will not do anything to damage Cena. If Styles loses, it only nails the fact home that AJ Styles is not what WWE wants. Seriously. Even though all these reports are, they got big plans for him. You got big plans for him. Begin on Sunday at Money in the Bank. That's all you got to do. Few people expect Seth Rollins to recapture the WWE Championship. At least not yet. Only Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose have emerged as potential winners for the ladder match. And earlier in the week, reports said that both Roman and John Cena were expected to win at Money in the Bank. However, a new report from Cage Side Seats suggests that will not be the case, at least in regards to Cena. In fact, there are two significant ideas that have been pitched in the last couple of days that would certainly spell a Styles victory on Sunday at Money in the Bank. This past Monday, Cena gave Styles the option to sign one of two contracts during their segment on Monday Night Raw. Styles chose to sign the one that made their match an official one-on-one affair, rather than choosing the contract that would have allowed Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson of the club to interfere in the match. Yet the first pitch this week for the finish of their match would see Styles going over Cena clean, which I think would be fantastic. I think that would do so much positive for AJ Styles. The idea is interesting in that Styles is approaching just his 3rd week as a heel and looks to remain as such when the brand extension goes into effect next month. Winning clean over the always polarizing John Cena may conflict with the direction they want Styles to go for, whatever brand he ends up on. I am going to assume that Cena and Styles will be drafted to SmackDown. Raw will have Rollins and Roman Reigns. That just makes the most sense. And even if they are, and you're worried about having, this outcome and Styles winning clean, and you're worried about what brands they're going to end up on, all you gotta do is draft them to the same fucking brand. You don't want Cena and Reigns on the same brand. Reigns is the WWE Champion. I already stated this. The WWE Champion is going to be Roman Reigns coming out of Money in the Bank. When the draft takes place, Roman will still be WWE Champion. You need the WWE Champion, which is the most important fucking champion in the company, on the flagship show. So if you're not the WWE Champion, you're going to SmackDown. Roman is going to be the champion. He's staying on Monday Night Raw. That is the way it should be, and I really think the WWE is going to swing in that direction. If not, then there's got to be something fucking wrong with the people who are working over there, because it just doesn't make any sense to me if you have Roman as the WWE Champion on SmackDown. He's the main guy. He's the number one guy. He's got to be on the number one show. Plain and simple. All right, so if there's any conflict, just eliminate that. Just get it out of your head. There's not going to be any conflict. If Styles wins clean, WWE can always pick up the ball and continue with this storyline just as easy. There's no conflict at all. And I already gave you an idea for Cena and Styles to continue this going on into Battleground. And what I'm about to tell you could really play into the fact that this thing could drag out for the next 3 months and conclude at SummerSlam with a few epic matches possibly happening. But I already gave you the idea that if WWE does add a second world championship and they need to crown a world champion for SmackDown, hold a tournament on SmackDown and crown that champion at SummerSlam with John Cena and AJ Styles going through the tournament. Before that, having one match each, one win each, I should say. 2 matches, 1 win for Cena, 1 win for Styles. They're at a standstill. Now we have a rubber match at SummerSlam after they all go through the tournament, right? 8-man tournament, 16-man tournament, whatever the fuck you want to put on television. And you have Styles and Cena last all the way through the tournament, get to the finals, and then have the rubber match for the SmackDown Championship. There's no conflict at all. To me, that's fucking epic. To me, that's great booking and a great way to conclude this feud and this storyline. With both men going through a tournament, taking a few weeks off away from each other to gain entry into the finals, and then before you know it, they're staring each other down, and we have this entire feud revisited. It's heating up again. And now it's for a world championship on SmackDown. I just think that's a fantastic idea, honestly. And I think that's the way WWE should go. So, Styles winning clean. No conflict whatsoever. There's ways around it, like I just previously mentioned. The other idea that's going around right now might be the most intriguing and the one that you guys might want to have happen most. The other idea that is being pitched is Styles would beat Cena thanks to interference, not by the club, not by Gallows, not by Anderson, but by Finn Balor. Fans have been anxiously awaiting the promotion of Balor to the main roster, but the thought of him coming in as a heel would certainly raise some eyebrows. I was against Balor coming in as a heel. I really was, because I see Finn Balor, I see that entrance, I see what he does, and I see the face of the company. I've stated several times in the past that if there was anybody that could be the face of the company, it's not Cena, or, you know, it's still Cena right now, but if you want to replace Cena, it's not Reigns, it's not Rollins, it's not Ambrose, it's not a Zayn, it's not a Kevin Owens, it's Finn Balor. He's got the look, he's got the marketability, you know, and it's just the way he comes off and the way WWE has pretty much built him to be this unbelievable talent. Everything about Finn Balor reeks of #1 guy in the company. Seriously. If WWE wanted to make him, he's the only guy that I see right now on the main roster that could definitely take John Cena's spot as the face of the company. TV shows, movies, fucking PR appearances, radio shows, you name it, Finn Balor would be that guy. I just don't see Roman Reigns being that guy at all. So Finn Balor possibly being promoted to the main roster to interfere in this match. I'm okay with him coming in as a heel because AJ is a cool heel. He's not a fucking dastardly heel. People and everybody who know of AJ know who he is and what he's about. Same thing would happen with Finn Balor. AJ still gets, you know, crowd reactions, positive crowd reactions. Finn Balor would be the same way, and he would get positive crowd reactions as well. So him coming in as a heel, you know, some reports say that it might raise some eyebrows, but I don't think it'll raise that many eyebrows. It would mirror WWE's decision to bring back Seth Rollins as a top heel despite the extremely positive reaction he received upon his return at the end of Extreme Rules. There's a slim chance Balor would get quite the response, or wouldn't get quite the response of Rollins if the casual WWE fan isn't aware of who Finn Balor is yet. According to Cage Side Seats, he has been held back for a little while now due to the various returns of the company that had Seth Rollins and John Cena return to their respective brand. Others, like Randy Orton, Neville, and the Wyatt family, have yet to make their way back to WWE programming. The biggest issue on top of this is what WWE didn't want Balor to do, and they didn't want him to hit the main roster before he finished up his latest program with Samoa Joe. Now that he has, it appears there is a story being set up for him and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's still expected that the Cena Styles program will last beyond Money in the Bank, but the idea of adding Balor to the equation would certainly change the complexion of the entire ordeal. Styles did not sign the contract allowing the club to get involved in their match, but that does not mean Balor couldn't insert himself in this match and get involved, which he might do and might lend further credence to the previous reports of Randy Orton aiding John Cena against the club, which in this scenario would be even more powerful. If Finn Balor wants to come back to the main, or wants to be promoted to the main roster, he wants to make his debut on the main roster and align himself with Styles, Gallows, and Anderson and join the club, you got one intimidating foursome. You got one intimidating faction there. What this does, and I know you guys would certainly be okay with this, like I said, the Cena Styles match at SummerSlam to crown a SmackDown World Champion. I love that idea. The other thing that we could see is we could see tag team matches leading up to this. We could see Cena and Styles, Cena and Orton versus the club, Gallows and Anderson. We could see tag team matches with Cena and Orton, I should say. Cena and Orton versus the club, Gallows and Anderson. We can see Cena and Orton versus Balor and AJ Styles. Then we could see the singles matches at SummerSlam. We could see one-on-one Balor versus Randy Orton. We could see Cena versus Styles at SummerSlam. I don't think you guys wouldn't. I don't think you guys would mind at all if that happened. You know, that would be fantastic. Cena, Styles for the World Championship, and then Balor versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. I mean, I'm all aboard for that if that's the direction WWE wants to go. Seriously, that would be fantastic, and I think that would be a great way to get Balor involved here. But again, take this with a grain of salt. We do not know what's going on because every time I reported about Balor being involved in something, it never happens. But I'm getting the news out there that it is a possibility, and if it does happen, listen, I'm all for it. It needs to happen. It's at a time now where Balor is fucking due. It's time we see him. It's time he's on the main roster. So that is what's going on right now as far as his involvement, possibilities of an outcome for Styles versus Cena. There's a lot going on. This match is really, really being hyped as something big, and it's going to be very exciting to see on Sunday. Definitely going to be interesting to see what the outcome is going to be after this pay-per-view. So that is the latest on Cena versus Styles for Money in the Bank. If you guys have any other ideas that you think might possibly happen, you let me know down in the comments of this very video, and I'll be back as soon as I hear anything more regarding this Sunday's pay-per-view on the WWE Network, man. Money in the Bank 2016 shaping up to be a very, very exciting and unpredictable pay-per-view. I'm JD. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys right back here all weekend long for more coverage of Money in the Bank. I'll talk to you guys later.